60,000 new COVID infections were reported across the country. More than a dozen states seeing at least 10,000 new cases in just the past 7 days. And now college campuses are believed to be a big driver of the new surge. There are more than 322,000 confirmed cases in our region. And a coronavirus vaccine trial volunteer has died. The participant was part of AstraZeneca's trial in Brazil. The company developing a vaccine with the University of Oxford. In a statement, the university said, quote, there have been no concerns about the safety of the clinical trial, end quote. That participant had received a placebo.
Back to our top story tonight. A Frederick County man facing both local and federal charges. Investigators say he left a threatening Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, as well as others, on that doorstep of the home of a Democratic campaign signs in the front yard. Fox 5's Lauren DeMarco spoke with those homeowners.
42-year-old James Reed told investigators that he wrote that letter and then drove around, dropped it off at the first house that he saw that had signs supporting the Biden ticket. According to court documents, he put it in the mailbox at this home on October 4th. Investigators tracked him down just this past Friday and arrested him. The woman who lives here says it was a terrifying 2 weeks in between.
I just felt like I didn't realize that I was as tense as I was. I just felt so much lighter because we didn't have to worry about whatever else was in this guy's mind.
The handwritten letter is titled Warning. It says any Biden-Harris supporter will be targeted. Quote, we have a list of your addresses from election signs.
And then it got increasingly more graphic and violent and talking about killing Gabby Giffords and completing what the other guy, whoever shot her, started.
The letter says, we will not give anything up, especially our guns, and then goes into disturbing detail threatening to torture and kill Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden and his running mate Kamala Harris.
At that point, like, my whole stomach is in knots because this wasn't just some rant. This was very deliberate and very specific.
Investigators say James Reed was caught on the home's doorbell camera. An anonymous tip led them to his home less than a mile away. He was arrested there, and a search turned up copious amounts of military gear and uniforms. The letter states "we" several times, but Frederick County State's Attorney Charlie Smith says the investigation has not revealed anyone else may have been involved with this. As far as the threat to other people with signs in their yards,
no one else has come forward with regard to any threats from this from Mr. Reed. We believe he just picked a yard that had the most Biden-Harris signs in it, drafted this message, dropped it off. Nevertheless, you have to take it seriously.
The people who live here say they're even more motivated to vote now, and however frightening this experience, have refused to remove their signs.
Absolutely not. This is our property. This is who we support, and nobody can change that.
James Reed was known to the Secret Service for allegedly making threats against President Obama. He is now being held without bond. He is facing multiple charges, including the threats against a presidential and vice presidential candidate, mass violence, and attempting to sway votes. He's facing up to 5 years in federal prison, 15 years on the state level. Back to you.